The Thai Metals, making sure the top of your house is the best it can be. BestBuyMetalRoofing.com.
Fox News is next, presented by Capital Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Israeli government approves an agreement with Hamas in Gaza to bring some hostages home. There will be a ceasefire of at least 4 days, and 150 Palestinian prisoners held in Israel will be released.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu thanked President Joe Biden for some of the help in these talks. But while this agreed release of 50 people is a great win for people here in Israel, there's only freeing up 1/5 of the people that have been taken.
Fox's Alex Hogan. Iowa evangelical leader Bob Vander Plaats endorses Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for president, telling Fox,
Governor DeSantis took a reliable toss-up state in Florida and made it complete red, won by 20 points, won in demographics that we haven't won in.
Former President Trump leads in polls in Iowa. A statement from his campaign says this endorsement will not matter. 2 men are shot and killed, 5 wounded on a street in Philadelphia. Police say they recovered at least 5 guns and drugs at the scene. America's listening to Fox News.
The news is sponsored by Lee University, where you can expect something great.
At Southern Heritage Bank, we provide tools to protect you and your accounts. Secure Lock Equip is an easy-to-use mobile app that puts the power to protect your debit cards in your hands. Simply use the free app to turn your card on or off in real time as needed. It also helps track your purchases. You'll receive a notification each time your debit card is used, before the sales clerk can provide you with a receipt. Prevent fraud, control spending with Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
The Mix 1041 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. It is 7:04. You're listening to Mix 1041. Also, Talk 1013 The Buzz. We're on MixTV.tv on the day before Thanksgiving. It is a Wednesday morning, the 22nd day of November. As we say good morning from the Logan Thompson Law News Desk, LoganThompsonLaw.com. And WTVC Television is reporting that following a judge-approved settlement in a class action lawsuit, Bradley County must address medical staffing at the Bradley County Justice Center. The lawsuit, initiated by Darrell Eden in 2018, alleged inadequate medical care, with other plaintiffs joining. Defendants including Bradley County Sheriff Steve Lawson, former Sheriff Eric Watson, both denied any wrongdoing through the years of litigation. The approved settlement requires Bradley County to pay over $2.1 million in damages. Over 2 years, the county must also increase the jail's medical staffing budget by $275,000. The settlement establishes a $3.8 million fund for current or former inmates who meet specific criteria related to untreated or worsened medical conditions during confinement. Now, we reached out to the Bradley County Sheriff's Office last night and were told that the Sheriff's Department will release a statement later today on the settlement. WDEF television reports this morning a brush fire in East Etowah overnight spread to a home on County Road 906, injuring one person. Winds fueled the fire, igniting 2 vehicles and trapping a female resident inside her home. The fire destroyed the home, but firefighters successfully rescued the woman. Intense heat and poor visibility challenged firefighting efforts, wind gusts exceeding 60 miles an hour. Responding departments from Etowah, Athens, Madisonville, West Polk, and Bradley County worked to contain the fire, limiting the damage to one home, 2 vehicles, and several acres of woods. We received an update from State Representative Dan Howell on several local road projects. The shared information from the Tennessee Department of Transportation shows progress is being made in the local area that will hopefully alleviate some traffic congestion and make our roads safer. Several projects in the preliminary engineering stage includes Menace Road at Highway 64, the northbound exit ramp to Benton Pike, the intersection of 25th Street and Ocoee Street, the old Lower River Road Bridge over South Mouse Creek Road, and the widening of Highway 11 from Anatole to Charleston. These projects do not have estimated completion dates at this time. However, several projects do have completion dates now listed. The following projects listed to be completed by the end of this year: the intersection of Highway 64 at Menace Road Northeast, the bridge replacement over Brimer Creek Road, and the Tuttle Hill Road bridge replacement over Black Fox Creek. Interchange at Paul Huff Parkway and I-75 off and on ramps will see improvements by September of 2024. And although some portions should be completed earlier, the entire Highway 60 widening to Highway 58 is now listed with a completion date of August 2025. And that's the very latest local and state news from Mix 1041 and MixTV.tv. And Bridget, I'll add one more story here, and that is that this Monday now, so 5 days from today, we'll begin our 53rd annual WCLE Empty Stocking Fund. Monday morning, we'll broadcast live from the Church of God International Headquarters.
That's right. Yeah, we are looking forward to the greatest year ever with the Empty Stocking Fund. So go ahead and be thinking about what you would like to give this year. And then, yes, we'll kick that off bright and early Monday morning.
We'll be there with our friends from Just Love Coffee, among others who are going to be joining us on Monday morning. Dr. Paul Kahn, Danny Murray, among many others. Brenda Lawson, of course, for the 10 days, Jimmy Logan, and more. All right, 7:09. Let's get our first check of traffic.
Okay, this Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. It's time again for Don Ledford Automotive in Cleveland November Black Friday pre-owned sales event. That means it's time to save big on a Don Ledford pre-owned vehicle during this fantastic annual event. That's at Don Ledford Cleveland on North Lee Highway. We have no reports of any accidents this morning. So far, things are looking great out there. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Selwood Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. This traffic report is brought to you by Waste Connections of Cleveland. Waste Connections introduces efficient, state-of-the-art automated curbside service. Find out more by visiting wasteconnections.com/ClevelandTN.
All right, good morning to all of you. Hey, join me later this morning. I'll be broadcasting live from the town square. It's the annual Black Wednesday, which Larry and I figured out earlier this week that this is the 9th annual Black Wednesday. Black Wednesday, if you're new to the community and not heard of it, you've heard of Black Friday. Black Wednesday is the day before Thanksgiving, and the idea is to give people a chance to get great deals at the town square before Black Friday. I'll be there from 11 till 2 today with big prizes and a lot more. 20% off the entire store at the town square. And this music, Bridget, on Monday night, David Letterman returned to his former home, The Late Show, at the Ed Sullivan Theater. He came back with Stephen Colbert Monday night. Colbert has not been back in 8 years since he left, and he gave him the whole show. Pretty cool.
Wow, yeah.
I watched it actually on DVR yesterday. Very good. Let him sit at the desk, like Letterman let Johnny Carson sit at his desk. The Hardys wake up. Well, it's the day before Thanksgiving. And want to remind you, get a great start to your day at Hardee's with a great breakfast this morning. Those of you going to be in the kitchen, just like Bridget here tomorrow, need to fuel up.
I'll be there, yeah.
Yeah, well, watching the parade and everything.
Yeah.
We're ready. It's the Hardee's Wake Up. Get a great breakfast at a Hardee's near you.
There are a lot of banks, so what makes Southern Heritage Bank unique? It's our commitment to being unbelievably good as we identify and meet your needs. Stop by one of our 5 locations in Cleveland or Chattanooga and let us show you the difference our customers have come to expect. We strive to offer the latest banking technology, mobile wallet, online account opening, mobile banking with bill pay, and ATMs that allow cash or check deposit. All available 24/7 with a local community bank. Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
Hardee's newest handcrafted recipe, candied bacon, coated with caramelized brown sugar and a hint of pepper to add a whole new level of goodness to breakfast, lunch, dinner, or anytime. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature is brought to you by Simply Bank.
Transform your window project with Cleveland Exteriors. High-quality Viwintech windows built to last a lifetime. Cleveland Exteriors, your trusted partner for exceptional windows. Visit clevelandexteriors.com or call today.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at mayfielddairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
When I was a kid, I wanted to run my parents' business. At the time, a furniture store, but now a mattress factory. Now, I wanted to be president, but then I didn't like the politics.
Well, I wanted to be an FBI agent, but then I became a mom and realized how passionate I am about sleep. I sleep good because we're taking care of our friends and neighbors.
Well, you have a good mattress, too.
That's a good point.
So I guess for over 44 years now, our recipe for success has been rather simple. Just make the best mattresses that we can, offer them at the best price we can to our loyal customers, and hopefully we'll get some more in the Chattanooga area. Now we're into our third generation of leadership with Kristen and Taylor coming on board.
And it's our dream come true. And that's the legacy that we want to pass down to our fourth generation too.
Mermaid mattress, handmade, hand-delivered.
Mix 1041, good morning, everyone. 7:14, and this portion of Mix Mornings is sponsored by, oh my goodness, Rock City. Bridget, we were there Sunday night. They have, what, Megan, tell us, 1.5 million lights now?
Yes, that's right.
It's an iconic experience.
That's right. It's the Enchanted Garden of Lights at Rock City. So tickets are available online only at crockcity.com. They're going to be open an extra week this season. So it's now through January the 6th. So again, crockcity.com to purchase your tickets ahead of time for Rock City's Enchanted Garden of Lights.
I mean, you add 500,000 lights, so an extra week is, I'd say, all that extra work.
Oh, yeah.
It is very necessary. All right, 7:15. Well, Bridget, I know we're gonna be doing birthdays really for today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. But we really won't be back till Monday. I'll tell you about our special broadcast Friday morning coming up, which we've already recorded.
Spoiled it.
Through the magic of radio and TV. So Roger Pickett's having a birthday on Friday. Make sure and add that. Mermaid mattress.
During this season, I hope we can all reflect on the things that we are truly thankful for. From our Mermaid family to yours, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
What? Let me fill in. Well, why'd they cut the spot off? What we're truly thankful for is Steve Hartline. And that's what he said. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why we cut him off.
I'm sure he said that.
Over to you.
For today, we could see a few rain showers this morning. Overcast skies this afternoon, a high of only 48. So we've already hit our high for today. Wow. And a low of 33 this evening. And then for your Thanksgiving tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, a high of 58 and a low of 37. And then on Friday, cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy by afternoon with a high of 61. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 48 degrees. This weather forecast is brought to you by PhD Pharmacy, Keith Street near Harrison Pike. Free delivery within a 50-mile radius of Cleveland. Call Gina Mosier-Patterson today at 423-614-6650.
I'm Reagan Hartline, and I have a confession to make. I listen to Steve Hartline, my dad, and Bridget on Mix 1041.
No, you don't. It's a new one from NSYNC. Better Place.
It's some kind of love.
We're all...
Good morning. I'm going to start you off right here with our rainfall map. Now, this is radar estimated rainfall, so these are not the exact totals, but I wanted to show you this just to kind of get an idea of this east-west notion across our area. The further to the east you were, you didn't pick up quite as much rainfall yesterday as Chattanooga and westward, particularly in Jackson County. In fact, we even had a flash flood warning at one point in central portions of Jackson County with those heavier totals. Now, here's also some good news though when it comes to the drought. This radar estimate it's underdoing the rain we actually got. It's showing about 1.32 inches in Chattanooga. Well, officially at the airport, we had over an inch even above that. So yesterday, 2.77 inches in Chattanooga, which means if we go back to the map, some of those spots with lower end totals probably did pick up a little bit more rainfall than what's showing on there. All right, let's go back to this one and we're going to go over those departures then. So we almost made up our November deficit just in one day yesterday. We're now only 0.3 behind for November. Of course, for the fall season, though, there's still a big time impact because we were over 10 inches behind. We're now sitting at 7.71 and for the year 7 inches. So this was a wonderful start with the rain that we had yesterday. We could still use some more rain though before we get to December 31st to kind of bring us back to where we should be. Here's the big system that brought us all the rain. Low pressure, that trailing cold front dipping all the way down, is pushed pretty far to the east. So for travel plans today, really only making an impact if you're going right along the east coast. Of course, with those airports, that can have still some kind of changes, but I did just check at the Chattanooga airport. Everything right now is set as on time, so that's some great news. Here locally, if you are doing some driving, keep in mind that we have a couple of spots of sprinkles, but really that's about it. Only about a 10% chance for that today. We are still dealing with the clouds though draped across our area. These are some higher level clouds, so they're showing up with a brighter color, but notice this green from Chattanooga all the way back to Memphis. Those are low level clouds. Not until you get to the Mississippi River do we really start to see some of that clearing. So do expect the clouds and the cooler conditions to be with us today. In fact, it's going to be pretty chilly today, just basically hanging out in the upper 40s to the low 50s throughout your Wednesday. You're going to have this great mix of sun and clouds for Thanksgiving. It will be beautiful tomorrow, just cold in the morning time for Thanksgiving. And overall, a nice holiday weekend. Black Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you want to get some shopping in, put up some Christmas decorations outside, you can certainly do that. And let me show you a future cast. So here's today through the first part of the afternoon, covered with the clouds, that wind from the northwest. It'll be cool. Couple of stray little spotty sprinkle or light shower chances. This evening, clouds are going to be breaking up. It'll be partly cloudy overnight. That's going to help facilitate that big cool down. So starting your Thursday in the 30s. But as we look at our Thursday for Thanksgiving, not much showing up on Futurecast. Again, it's really going to be a pretty day for the holiday. On Friday, partly sunny conditions overall. A small chance that there could be an isolated shower, but for the most part, we're still looking at dry conditions. And on Saturday, more of the same with that nice mix of sun and clouds. That's going to continue into our Sunday as well. So we have
XTV.TV. It's 7:20. Good morning to all of you. I tell you what, Bridget, let's get a check of our Simmons Bank celebration list. What's happening?
Okay, well, happy birthday to Mayor Emeritus Tom Rowland today. Hope he has a wonderful birthday.
Absolutely. And we were talking about our Empty Stocking Fund earlier, which was founded by Tom Rowland. For those of you who don't know, Tom, the second longest serving mayor in the history of Cleveland. Longest in the history of Cleveland, second longest in Tennessee. And he used to own this station with Max Carroll and Jim Carroll and another man. And he hosted this program for many, many years. So he's the one, he and Sandra started our Empty Stocking Fund, the radio portion. So, happy birthday to Brother Rowland.
That's right. Hope he has a great day today. Also, Joel Rogers is celebrating a birthday tomorrow over at the Salvation Army and Inman Coffee. Leslie Painter is having a birthday on Saturday. I'm sorry, Joel's birthday is on Saturday as well. Our friend Greg Phillips having a birthday on Saturday as well, part of our team here. Savannah Carroll is celebrating on Friday. That is from her aunt. Charlotte Kesley is celebrating on Saturday. The birthday wish says she's a wonderful grandmother. Alan Bullard is having a birthday today. The birthday wish says the best brother ever. Robert Graves is also celebrating a birthday today. That birthday wish says he is the hardest working person I know. Matthew Carpenter is going to be 25 tomorrow. His family is so proud of him. Lots of love and excitement for your future. That is from Mom and Dad. Mike Strozier is going to be 56 on Friday. His family says he's old, but we love him still.
That's right.
Paul Reynolds is going to be 87 today, retired from Magic Chef, has 4 kids, 5 grandkids, and 3 great-grandkids. Happy birthday to him. Steve Price is going to be 50 on Friday. And then our friend Roger Pickett, Mermaid Mattress, is celebrating on Friday as well. Call in your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the Volunteer Ridipest Mix line for today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Sell with Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank Celebration List. At Simmons Bank, they have something for everyone to help you manage your finances with ease and security. Call Ken Do, 423-381-3427.
The Mix 1041 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at loganthompsonlaw.com.
All right, a lot of news this morning, including an update from State Representative Dan Howell. He shared with us exclusively about several updates on local road projects and the status of those, and we'll get into that coming up here. Following a judge-approved settlement in a class action lawsuit, Bradley County must address medical staffing at the jail. This class action suit goes back to 2018. We did reach out to the Bradley County Sheriff's Department for comment. They say they will be releasing a statement on the settlement later today. And Bradley County Schools among 7 Tennessee districts selected for the Tennessee Grow Your Own Public Education Pilot Program. Those stories and more coming up in full detail at the top of the hour at 7:24.
This news update brought to you by Cleveland Plywood Company, 2700 20th Street Northeast in Cleveland.
Good morning. Let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. It's Black Friday all month long at Don Ledford Chevrolet in Cleveland, and they are saying yes to low interest rates and bonus cash. That's at Don Ledford Cleveland on North Lee Highway. We have no reports of any accidents this morning. Drive safely out there as you make your way in. And as always, if you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Sell with Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. This traffic report is brought to you by Southland Finance. Loans up to $20,000. If you need extra cash for the holidays, call Dusty and the team at Southland Finance, 950 25th Street in Cleveland, right in front of Ace Hardware. Call them at 423-458-3007. Online at southlandfinance.net. We'll check your Mermaid Mattress Weather Center forecast coming up.
Have you been thinking about trading but lack of inventory and high interest rates?
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
When most people think of plumbing and electrical supply houses, there's an idea that they're just for plumbers or electricians or builders to shop at. Wholesale Supply is proud to be open to the public and proud to serve our communities. By supplying the best quality products for the best prices with the best service guaranteed, Wholesale Supply is your one-stop shop for everything plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. To find a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us for more. Helping build communities in the Southeast for over 80 years is just what we do.
With all that's happening around with Thanksgiving coming up, why cook any extra? Buddy's Barbecue there for you. Buddy's on Paula Parkway right here in Cleveland. There for you not only with, the in-person dining experience, but also they are there for you for catering, maybe have something going on, and they can do that. Family packs, they can feed 5, feed 10, however many you want, with pork, pulled chicken, ribs, beef brisket, barbecue by the pound. They do bulk orders, and they've got all of the side items you want. Don't forget, Buddy's Barbecue will cater for you, and you've got the convenience of the drive-thru and the family packs. Go to Buddy'sBBQCleveland.com. That's Buddy'sBBQCleveland.com, and Paula Parkway right here in Cleveland. It is 7:28, and we're going to mark the 60th anniversary of the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, which was 60 years ago today in Dallas. And we'll be joined by a noted history professor from Lee University, Dr. Robert Barnett, who has a lot to say about this subject, and a lot of people talking about it. If you're into history, there are some tremendous documentaries and specials. It would also be interesting to show your children. We were at Jenkins Deli last night, Bridget, and I showed Kay had, of course, the late, great Kay Cowan had put on the wall a copy of the front page of the Cleveland Daily Banner from what is now, I guess it'd be 60 years ago tomorrow. And, it's hanging up framed. And I got to point that out, and just the mass chaos and really the mass terror in this country 60 years ago today. We're going to talk with Dr. Barnett, who's usually voted favorite professor at Lee by the students every year. So do that and more coming up. 7:29 inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center. Here's Roger Pickett.
During this season, I hope we can all reflect on the things that we are truly thankful for. From our Mermaid family to yours, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
For today, we'll have cloudy skies and a slight chance of a rain shower, a high of 48 and a low of 33 this evening. For tomorrow, for your Thanksgiving, we'll have partly cloudy skies, a high of 58 and a low of 37. And then on Friday, we'll have cloudy skies early in the day, partly cloudy later in the afternoon with a high of 60. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 48 degrees.
Aubrey's of Cleveland offers some of the most fresh and delicious foods in East Tennessee. Stop in tonight for dinner or order online at aubreysrestaurant.com. Click the Cleveland location and order there.
All right, it's time now at 7:30 for the CHI Memorial Sports Desk. CHI Memorial, Hello Human Kindness. The sports report is sponsored in part by the Town Squire. Join me for our annual broadcast at, thank you, Bridget, at the, here's what, she's getting me some Scooter's coffee, and I always worry about what really's in it. I know, thank you, Cousin Eddie. And so I usually feel a little dizzy after she gets back, but anyway. No, I'll be at Town Squire. It's our 9th annual. Larry told me he thinks it's 9 years. We don't keep up, and that's the problem. We just don't keep up, but we just do it and move on. But no, Black Wednesday, 9th annual, is going to be later this morning. Join me live from the Town Squire from 11 until 2 o'clock. Now, you may be, we have thousands of new people moving into this area. You say, what is Black Wednesday? 9 years ago, Larry McDaniel had the idea. He said, you know what, there's Black Friday. But he said, the day before Thanksgiving, everybody's running around and getting ready for Thanksgiving. Well, what if the Town Squire offers a bunch of specials, bunch of prizes, bunch of fun? So that's exactly what Larry has done. So today at 11 o'clock, Santa Claus will be there. So you could bring the children by for pictures, get that early picture with Santa. Also, 20% off the entire store at the Town Squire today, and actually through Small Business Weekend on Saturday. Great deals, free gift wrapping. But today, as Larry intended 9 years ago, is get a jump start on it. Get your shopping jump started and ready to go. So I'll be there today. Come out and see us today, 11 until 2 o'clock at the Town Squire, the shop that appreciates the customer. And now here's more.
I was wondering, is the Town Squire a complete men's store? Yes! Larry and his staff have been outfitting their customers since 1977 from head to toe, carrying suits, sport coats, dress and casual slacks, shirts, belts, ties, and shoes. Your complete men's store for over 46 years. Fall wardrobe sale now in progress. Come in and check them out. Walk out in comfort and style. You'll never know how good you can look until you get dressed at the Town Squire, locally owned and operated, the shop that appreciates the customer. The Town Squire, Stewart Park Plaza, Key Street, Cleveland, Tennessee. Come and join us today at the Town Squire. I'll be there live, 11 until 2 o'clock. Well, listen to this. So the Maui Invitational yesterday, the Purdue men defeated the Boilermakers over the University of Tennessee Volunteers, 71-67. And then a shocker in Maui at the Invitational last night. Marquette defeated number 1 Kansas, 73-59. So because UT lost yesterday, they'll play a third-place game against Kansas because Kansas surprisingly lost. They'll play in a third-place game, UT and Kansas, today, 2 p.m. We'll have that on Talk 101.3 The Buzz, presented by TVFCU. Well, Bridget, here we go. The college football playoff poll out last night, and there's a change. Well, first of all, the top 3 have not changed. You've got Georgia still number 1, Ohio State number 2, Michigan number 3. Now, that's called The Game. They'll play that Saturday at noon at Michigan. Extremely important. So many subplots there. And then, of course, the conference championships next weekend. But Washington has gone above Florida State. Washington's number 4, Florida State number 5. Florida State had trouble with their opponent last Saturday night.
Yeah, I'd say that has to do with their quarterback getting hurt.
He's gone for the year.
Ooh, that was a terrible injury, and they kept replaying that.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so I think a lot of people predicted that move there.
And you know, Washington's for real, and they're out in the Pac-12, and most of their game, well, it's now the Pac-2, but most of their games start really late on the East Coast, so a lot of people don't realize what's going on out there, I guess. But really, Washington, the best team, obviously, out there. And, by the way, Todd Fletcher taking full credit for this year they're having. But Washington slid in the number 4 spot. That's very important. This is the poll that selects the national semifinals, and then from there the championship game. So this is really the only poll that matters. So Florida State 5, Oregon 6, Texas 7, Alabama still number 8. A lot can happen. A lot will happen. You've got the game, Ohio State, Michigan Saturday. You've got the Iron Bowl, Alabama at Auburn on Saturday, among others. By the way, who'd we not say there? Well, UT. If you're keeping score at home, the Tennessee Volunteers, number 21 in the poll. Bridget, listen to this. Bradley's Boo Carter selected as a finalist now for the TSSAA Class 6A Mr. Football. It's sponsored by the Tennessee Titans. The announcement made on Tuesday. Remember, he was a semifinalist. We announced that a couple of weeks ago. He's a finalist now. The announcement will be made at Nissan Stadium in Nashville on December 5th. All right, here we go. The other 6A finalists, there are 3. You've got Boo Carter from Bradley. We hope he wins. Mm-hmm. The other 2, Dwayne Morris of Murfreesboro, Oakland. Now, we taped, I'm going to be honest with you. Friday morning, we taped it yesterday because Friday morning, Black Friday, 7 until 8, we're doing a special edition of this program called the Hardee's Friday Morning Blitz. And so we're getting ready for the state semifinal playoff games for Bradley and Walker Valley Friday night. But do you know, out of this, Dwayne Morris of Murfreesboro, Oakland, averages 10 yards a carry. So he averages a first down every time he touches the ball.
Wow, unreal.
Okay, so that's, of course, Oakland is coming to Bradley Friday night, kickoff 7 o'clock for the state semifinals at Bears Stadium. On Talk 101.3 The Buzz and the Mix app. You can get your tickets early for that game at the Town Squire. Come out today and get your tickets. Larry said that Turner Jackson broke himself from the pickleball court to bring the tickets. We appreciate it, Turner. Braden Graham of Murfreesboro Riverdale is the other finalist. So there you go. Boo Carter, Dwayne Morris, and Braden Graham are the finalists. All right, let's go to high school basketball now. We've got a lot of it happening. There's a lot of basketball taking place right now with the Thanksgiving week. Last night, the Johnson City Science Hill girls defeated Cleveland High School, the Lady Raiders, 38-36 in the Knoxville Farragut Thanksgiving Tournament. Bradley boys over CSLA, 89-33. That in the Silverdale Thanksgiving Classic. All right, hey, Bridget, this is really neat. The Cleveland boys basketball team will play Howard High School today at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta as part of a classic down there at 12:45 today. So Reggie Tucker's Cleveland Raiders will take on Howard at State Farm. That's where the Atlanta Hawks play in Atlanta today at 12:45.
Wow, I guess Coach Tucker isn't cooking anything for Thanksgiving.
Hey, Brittany's cooking up a big event at Bradley this Saturday, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. My goodness. Never happened before. We have not one but two teams in the state Final Four football playoffs. The PSSAA football semifinals this Friday night. Black Friday, 7 p.m. in 6A, as we said, Murfreesboro, Oakland at Bradley Central. Dog 101.3 The Buzz in the Mix app. In Class 5A, Walker Valley goes to Knoxville West. Friday night, 7 o'clock, 99.1 FM in the Mix app. We are Southeast Tennessee's football headquarters, supplied by Wholesale Supply Group. And I tell you, the Division II championships, the Blue Cross Bowl at Fenway Stadium, that'll be a week from tonight. A week from tomorrow night, Steve. A week from tomorrow night. Thursday night, November 30th, AA. Gary Rankin's Boyd Buchanan will take on CPA. And then, Bridget, in the AAA game, Baylor will take on McCallie for the state championship.
Wow, instant classic right there.
My goodness. All right, so tomorrow, your NFL Thanksgiving menu as follows. First up, Packers and the Lions. We got really two traditional Thanksgiving games. Packers and the Lions. By the way, Thanksgiving game started in Detroit, 1928. Packers-Lions, 12:30 on Fox. Then Washington at the Dallas Cowboys, 4:30 tomorrow on CBS. And tomorrow night, a great one. 49ers at the Seahawks, 8:20 on NBC. And we'll also have it on Talk 101.3 The Buzz, and our coverage presented by Toyota of Cleveland. Toyota, now the official automotive partner of the NFL. And the Chattanooga Mocs in the FCS football playoffs, they'll take on Carson Newman on Saturday. That is sports.
When most people think of plumbing and electrical supply houses, there's an idea that they're just for plumbers or electricians or builders to shop at. Wholesale Supply is proud to be open to the public and proud to serve our communities. By supplying the best quality products for the best prices with the best service guaranteed, Wholesale Supply is your one-stop shop for everything plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. To find a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us for more. Helping build communities in the Southeast for over 80 years is just what we do.
Save a bundle at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress. Furniture, mattresses, and decor. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to 40% off. Create a bundle, a sofa and chairs, end tables, a recliner, lamps and rugs, an entire room. Up to 40% off. Create a custom bundle and watch the savings grow. Up to 40% off. Look for Take Me Home Today tags. Bundle in-stock items. Special financing is available. Bundle and save at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress.
Paula, tell us about how you came to shop at Chattanooga Auto Square.
Well, I was introduced to it from my husband. He purchased his first Range Rover years ago. And then occasionally I'd start asking him if I could start driving it. I would confidently recommend them. I mean, they make you feel like family from the moment you arrive. Being in real estate for like 34 years, you really come to value and appreciate the level of service that Range Rover gives you. Chattanooga Auto Square, luxury lives here.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight. .com. Bank accounts too low? Check into cash. So where do you go? .com. Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom.
Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland is hiring case selectors. Starting pay at $19 an hour. Earning potential up to $23 an hour plus incentive pay. Additional $2 an hour night shift premium. And you're eligible to earn a $3,000 stay bonus. Flexible schedules and great benefits at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. They have open interviews Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m. and from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at job.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
Hey listeners, there's a new Buzz Tuesdays at noon, the voice of we the people. It's about what the H is going on in America. Tune in and call in Tuesdays on 101.3 The Buzz. A seatbelt is required for this ride.
Don't you wanna just come along for the ride?
Have you been thinking about trading, but lack of inventory and high interest rates have you holding off? Well, the wait is over. Cleveland Ford has plenty of vehicles to choose from and 2.9% financing available. So come see us or simply click this ad to get pre-approved.
Rock City's Enchanted Garden of Lights, the region's best holiday lights experience for the whole family. Warm your heart during this nighttime family tradition as you walk through Rock City Garden's Winter Wonderland. Enjoy cookie decorating with Mrs. Claus. See Santa in his kitchen and workshop. Shop at the Christmas market. Rock City's Enchanted Garden of Lights will be open an extra week this season, now through January 6th. Tickets available online only at crockcity.com.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Choosing the right healthcare plan for you and your family can be overwhelming. Direct Primary Care Associates' new pharmacy benefits is the best choice for you and your family. With personalized attention, convenient telemedicine options, and free generic medications, Direct Primary Care Associates Pharmacy Benefits offers everything you need to keep you and your family healthy and happy. Say goodbye to long wait times, rushed appointments, and unexpected medical bills. Visit our website to learn more about how Direct Primary Care Associates can provide the best healthcare experience for you and your family. Direct Primary Care Associates, affordable health care for all.
Mix 1041 and Honda Cleveland are giving one deserving firefighter in our area a chance to win a 2023 Honda Civic. Nominate your favorite firefighter today at mymix1041.com.
Did you know that drinking and driving is a leading cause of traffic fatalities? It kills more than 28 people in the United States every day. That means one person every 52 minutes. Statistically, young people are the most at risk to drink and drive, but not everyone's doing it. Don't drink and drive.
Tzatziki's is a wonderful option.
That's right. Don't even think about cooking for your meal today. No. At Tzatziki's here in Cleveland, they make healthy taste good. They have no microwaves, no fryers, no freezers. So stop by for a great lunch or dinner today at Tzatziki's here in Cleveland. They are located in the Target Shopping Center. You can order online very easily on their website, tzatzikis.com, or on their free app.
All right, so all that happening. Also, a couple of things to keep in mind here. We're going to do a Tennessee ticket giveaway. You know what? We'll just start it right now. We'll start it right now. So here's what we're going to do. Here's another good example of why you always need to be listening. Now, I know you don't want to, and by the way, I don't want you to. See, I got to be nice starting.
Yes,
I got to be nice starting Monday morning.
Trying to get it all out now.
Trying to get some money from these people for the boys and girls, like getting blood out of a turnip. My grandmother would say. Well, no, these are actually really generous people, as they prove every year. So anyway, no. So here's the deal. You always got to be listening. We're going to give away 2 tickets to UT Vanderbilt at 9 o'clock. All right, you hear that? Everybody.
Birthday.
Holden Heartline. So see, this is my ADD in action right now. Holden Heartline and I, birthday. Everybody say it. I mean, we do 2 hours of that. We did it last night, matter of fact, playing some indoor basketball. Holden got mad at me.
Oh, wow.
Well, he punched me, and then I had to retaliate. And Sheriff Lawson brought the taser over. And by the way, I saw Mark Gibson. Hey, Chief, next time you see me in public, we were at Jenkins. He was carrying out, he had 50 plates of food he's carrying out. And he says to me, yes, I'm on my third topic now in a row here. The chief says to me, "Oh, we came this morning, and I was so glad you weren't there."
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's that? Happy Thanksgiving, Steve? Thanks, Chief. Got 50 to-go plates going out of Jenkins Deli with only himself to eat them. You jerk.
50.
Well, see, now I'm going to get arrested, and that's the last thing we need. So, anyway, I don't know what I was saying. 2 tickets to UT Vandy that we're going to give away at 9 o'clock. So start registering now. So, Bridget, let's have them call and text this contest brought to you by TVFCU. They've already introduced the Idea Leap Grant, which you can, if you're a small business owner or no one, you can go to TVFCU's website and go to Idea Leap Grant, start applying. But anyway, let's have them call or text by 9 o'clock.
Okay, let's do 614-6499. You can call us on the Volunteer Ridipest Mix line. Text us on the Sell with Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. Again, call or text us all morning long, 614-6499.
Well, no, just till 9, Bridget.
Till 9. I mean,
so the deadline is now 9. I was going to do it at 8, and then I just read the note, and I've got to tell you about it. It's going to check now of our Simmons Bank celebration list, 748.
Okay, happy birthday to Mayor Emeritus Tom Rowland today. Yes.
I'll be seeing Tom a little later.
Oh, good. Hope he has a wonderful birthday today. Yeah. Our friend Joel Rogers is celebrating on Saturday, the Salvation Army and Inman Coffee.
I saw him. I ran into him in public. I was leaving, I think, Honey Baked Ham the other day. Mm-hmm. And when you people see me in public, would you at least say hi? He turned his head.
Good.
I had to go grab him and hug him.
Our friend Leslie Painter is celebrating on Saturday as
love
well.
Her. I saw her yesterday.
Did you?
This is hilarious.
Wow. How about Greg Phillips?
Thank God I hadn't seen Greg in a while, although I love him, but anyway.
His birthday is on Saturday. Savannah Carroll is having a birthday on Friday. That is from her aunt. Charlotte Kesley is celebrating on Saturday. The birthday wish says she's a wonderful grandmother. Alan Bullard is having a birthday today, the best brother ever. Robert Graves is having a birthday today as well. The birthday wish says hardest working person I know. Matthew Carpenter is going to be 25 tomorrow on Thanksgiving. His family's so proud of him. Lots of love and excitement for your future. That is from Mom and Dad.
I mean, George and Sherry, Matthew's 25.
That's right.
I mean, George Carpenter, of course, a great long-time WCLE announcer and morning host with Tom Rowland and all kinds of stuff. I love George. Now at WJSQ in Athens. But how's he 25, Sherry? Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable. Matthew, happy birthday, buddy. Come see me.
Mike Strozier is going to be 56 on Friday. His family says he's old, but we love him still. Paul Reynolds.
We're going to kick him out before Thanksgiving. Is that right?
Paul Reynolds is 87 today. His family says he is retired from Magic Chef, has 4 kids, 5 grandkids, and 3 great-grandkids. Steve Price is going to be 50 on Friday. Our friend Roger Pickett, Mermaid Mattress, is having a birthday on Friday as well.
Yeah, take a nap, Roger, for your birthday on Friday. I'll see you Friday, Roger. Cindy and I have been working on something for you.
Oh.
It's a big birthday for him.
Oh, okay.
80 it only comes around once.
What?
Yep, the big 80 only comes around one time.
Brian and Missy Welch, they are celebrating their 34th wedding anniversary on Saturday.
He's on every prayer list in Cleveland, I guarantee you that.
He says he married up for sure.
No doubt.
Our friend Aletha Jones is having a birthday today.
What?
That is from Sandy.
Aletha!
Yes.
Aletha has been collecting money, I guarantee you, in her department at Life Care for weeks and weeks, ready to go for the Empty Stocking Fund. I love Aletha. Aletha, happy birthday. Is it today?
It is today.
Happy birthday, Aletha. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
She usually comes on the final day.
There
Hayden Schroyer is having a birthday on Saturday. Janice Frederick celebrating on Saturday as well. And Tony Watson is having a birthday on Sunday. Calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those for today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The volunteer Budapest mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Sell with Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list at Simmons Bank. They are with you every step of the way. Call Jamie Kyle, 423-381-3429.
Hey, PSA here about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade tomorrow. You're going to want to tune in 30 minutes early. It starts at 8:30. It started at 9 o'clock since the Lord created the world. They're starting at 8:30 beginning this year. So that's
because of the weather?
No, I don't know what they're doing. I think NBC's, honestly, I think they're honestly trying to get, I'm not kidding here, they're trying to get 30 minutes of the Today Show in there for Nielsen purposes. Because they make about $500 million a year on advertising, so I think they're trying to get that 30 minutes in there if you really want to know the truth. I can talk more ratings talk if you'd like, but I won't. So start your whatever. They're starting at 8:30 tomorrow. And then Mom, here's the fight we have. Every year, Moms want to watch the dog show after the parade. But I say absolutely not.
Why?
We're going to the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers because it's football. By the way, we're in the United States of America.
But it's Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving.
Your mother should watch what she wants to watch.
And who let the dogs out? And my mother... well, what we do is we put her downstairs, and we have that black and white TV that has a rabbit ear, and it gets 3, 9, and 12, as we used to say, and that's it. So, and she thinks, well, we got 2 new channels. Anyway, I said, no, we're watching the Lions and the Packers.
Oh.
And America. It is 7 before the hour. Let's get a news update here.
The Mix 1041 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com.
Well, there was a brush fire overnight in East Etowah, according to WDEF television, spread to a home on County Road 906, injured 1 person. More on that at the top of the hour. Bradley County Schools among 7 Tennessee school districts selected for the state's Grow Your Own Public Education Pilot Program. And WTVC television reports this morning, following a judge-approved settlement in a class action lawsuit, Bradley County must address medical staffing at its jail. And also, we note to this story, we were told last night by the Bradley County Sheriff's Department that they're going to release a statement to us later today on this settlement at 6 before the hour.
Can we talk for just a moment? This is
Hardee's newest handcrafted recipe, candied bacon, coated with caramelized brown sugar and a hint of pepper to add a whole new level of goodness to breakfast, lunch, dinner, or anytime. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Thank you for calling Logan Thompson. This is Ashley.
All right, there you go. It is 4 minutes before 8. Good morning, Joe Stamper. 4 minutes before 8 a.m. Good morning to all of you. Tell you what, let's get a check of traffic right here. And again, we just made the announcement. We're giving away, by the way, that's our last contest of the year, Tennessee Ticket Contest. We're giving away a pair of tickets to the UT Vanderbilt game this Saturday in Knoxville. It's a 3:30 kickoff here on Mix 1041, presented by Hey, folks, if you text us, please put your name on it. Bridget, you should hear the word she says when you don't. 423-614-6499. Call or text Tennessee. Maybe we can beat Vanderbilt. Are we going to a bowl game?
Well, yes, because we have 6 wins.
Oh, that's good. We'll be at the Poplin Wheat Eater Bowl and they play that in Havana. All right, back over to you.
Okay, let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. It's Black Friday all month long at Don Ledford GMC Truck in Cleveland, and they are saying yes to low interest rates and trade assistance cash. That's at Don Ledford Cleveland on North Lee Highway. We have no reports of any accidents this morning. Drive safely out there. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Rid-a-Pest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Selwood Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, EXP Realty. We'll check your Mermaid Mattress Weather Center forecast coming up.
This traffic report is brought to you by L&B Appliance, your one-stop appliance shop, locally owned and operated. Durkee Road at Highway 64 in Cleveland, 423-339-3231.
All right, it's coming up on 2 before 8. Join me broadcasting live later this morning at the Town Squire. It's our 9th annual Black Wednesday event at the shop that appreciates the customer, the Town Squire. If you're not familiar, Black Wednesday, Larry came up with this idea 9 years ago. He said, there's Black Friday, all the deals, all the savings, everything like that. But what about the day before Thanksgiving? Because, we all know so many people are out and about getting ready for tomorrow's big day. He said, why not stop in the Town Squire? So Larry's going to do 20% off the entire store today and also through the Small Business Saturday weekend. And then free gift wrapping. You can get your shopping started. Santa Claus will be there today at the Town Squire. Bring the children by, get an early picture with Santa. All that from 11 until 2 o'clock at the Town Squire, Stewart Park Plaza, Keith Street in Cleveland. It's also, as Larry told me yesterday, he said, Steve, make sure and thank, of course, David Carroll, Carolyn Green Auction Real Estate, the owners of the Stewart Park Plaza, and all of Larry's neighbors and the Town Squire neighbors at the Stewart Park Plaza, because it really is that plaza one-stop shopping. You can find so many different organizations, goods, and services all throughout the plaza, which has been there for so many years. So the Town Squire celebrating the beginning of their 46th Christmas season. So when you come by, you can also get your tickets for the Bradley game, the Bradley football semifinal playoff game against Oakland, which is this Friday night at Bear Stadium. You can get your tickets early at the Town Squire while you're there today. So we're going to have a great time live from the Town Squire today from 11 till 2. Have you heard the Fall 2023 merchant?
Here is Brian Poole, owner of Poole Serenity Funeral Home and Cremation Services.
It's going to be a least expensive cremation and funeral option facility. The good thing about Serenity is a big spacious facility. Chapel seats over 200 people, 3 big visitation rooms there. We also offer a discounted funeral service there, $4,900. That'll be the casket included in our services, and you won't feel stressed about your facilities. You'll have plenty of space there. If it's a $995 cremation or a $4,900 funeral, we're going to still give them a first-class professional service as we would treat our own family with.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com, proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland studios, this is Talk 101.3 The Buzz, WCLE, HD2 and 101.3 FM, W267BI Cleveland.
When I was a kid, I wanted to run my parents' business. At the time, a furniture store, but now a mattress factory. Now, I wanted to be president, but then I didn't like the politics.
Well, I wanted to be an FBI agent, but then I became a mom and realized how passionate I am about sleep. I sleep good because we're taking care of our friends and neighbors.
Well, you have a good mattress, too.
That's a good point.
So I guess for over 44 years now, our recipe for success has been rather simple. Just make the best mattresses that we can, offer them at the best price we can to our loyal customers, and hopefully we'll get some more in the Chattanooga area. Now we're into our 3rd generation of leadership with Kristen and Taylor coming on board.
And it's our dream come true. And that's the legacy that we want to pass down to our 4th generation too.
Mermaid mattress, handmade, hand-delivered.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Bender Realty is helping to keep the community thriving during this pandemic by offering no-contact online tools for buyers and sellers in the real estate market.
Especially in this day and time with COVID, it makes a lot of the buyers are not wanting to get out and walk into someone else's home, and even sellers may not want people in their home. We can actually do a virtual tour with our phones and send it to our clients.
Walk through a property without having to actually be there and see all the intricacies of the property and the things that they may or may not want.
If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent, trust your friends at Bender Realty. 472-2173. Bender-Realty.com. Be home with Bender Realty. It's Scooter's Coffee.
That's right. At Scooter's Coffee, try their holiday menu. It includes the peppermint mocha, praline caramelicious, their sugar cookie latte, and hot chocolate. And then don't forget about their blueberry muffins and their famous frosted sugar cookies that are back for a limited time. That's at Scooter's Coffee, Keith Street, in front of Leisure Time Bowling, and also in Sweetwater.
Go inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center. This word from Roger Pickett.
During this season, I hope we can all reflect on the things that we are truly thankful for. From our mermaid family to yours, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
All right, for today, we could see a slight chance of a rain shower this morning. Cloudy skies today, a high of 49 and a low of 33 this evening. And then for your Thanksgiving tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 58 and a low of 37. And then on Friday, cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy by afternoon with a high of 61. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 47 degrees. This weather forecast is brought to you by the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry, Dr. Ken Beard, Dr. Brian Beard, and Dr. Baylor Terrell. Call them at 423-476-6541 or visit them online at centerforcosmeticdentistry.com.
And happy Thanksgiving to the Beards. Bridget, they're huge Michigan fans. Well, 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Ken and Brian are. Now, Baylor is a Georgia fan.
That's right.
But the Beards in Michigan have Ohio State.
That's
and
right.
They host them Saturday. I wonder if the doctors' beards are going to that game. One would wonder about that. But anyway, and by the way, highest prices for tickets to the Ohio State-Michigan game in the history of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Noon on Saturday.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland Studios, this is Mix 1041 WCLE, Calhoun, Cleveland, Athens. Download the free Mix 1041 app at mymix1041.com.
The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making sure the top of your house is the best it can be. BestBuyMetalRoofing.com.
Fox News is next, presented by Capital Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Some of the hostages taken by Hamas during terrorist attacks in Israel last month are being released.
Israel says that it has approved this hostage negotiation deal, and what this would do, essentially allowing the release of 50 hostages, women and children, in exchange for a 4-day ceasefire, as well as the release of Palestinians currently being detained in Israel.
Fox's Alex Hogan. Bad weather in the east could disrupt some travel today, a busy one the day before Thanksgiving, and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says air travel backups are addressed in part by expanded passenger protections.
If the airline doesn't do the right thing, we can follow up and make sure they do. Around things like making sure they pay for your hotel or ground transportation or meals if they're responsible for you getting stranded.
Using the Fox News Rundown podcast, 30 million airline passengers are expected to be screened in the 12-day period around Thanksgiving. America's listening to Fox News.
The Mix 1041 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. All right, local and state news, Mix 1041. We're on Talk 1013 The Buzz. We're also
on mixtv.tv. Good morning, everyone. Local and state news from the Logan Thompson Law News Desk. You can visit loganthompsonlaw.com. WTVC television reports this morning, following a judge-approved settlement in a class action lawsuit, Bradley County must address medical staffing at the Justice Center. The lawsuit, initiated by Darrell Eden in 2018, alleged inadequate medical care, with other plaintiffs joining. Defendants include Bradley County Sheriff, current Sheriff Steve Lawson, former Sheriff Eric Watson. They've denied any wrongdoing throughout the years of litigation. The approved settlement requires Bradley County to pay over $2.1 million in damages. Over 2 years, the county must also increase the jail's medical staffing budget by $275,000. The settlement establishes a $3.8 million fund for current or former inmates who meet specific criteria related to untreated or worsened medical conditions during confinement. We reached out to the Bradley County Sheriff's Department last night and asked for comment. The Sheriff's Department said they will release a statement later today regarding the settlement. A brush fire in East Etowah broke out overnight. According to WDEF television, it spread to a home on County Road 906, injuring one person. Winds fueled the fire, igniting 2 vehicles and trapping a female resident inside her home. The fire destroyed the home, but firefighters successfully rescued the woman. Intense heat and poor visibility challenged firefighting efforts, with wind gusts exceeding 60 miles per hour. Responding departments from Etowah, Athens, Madisonville, West Polk, and Bradley County worked to contain the fire, limiting damage to one home, 2 vehicles, and several acres of woods. We received an update yesterday from State Representative Dan Howell on several local road projects and also some updated timelines. Now, several projects are in the preliminary engineering stage, and they are Menace Road at Highway 64. And let me back up here. Of course, Representative Dan Howell is the chairman of the State Transportation, or I should say the State House Transportation Committee. Menace Road at 64, northbound exit ramp to Benton Pike, intersection of 25th Street and Ocoee Street, Old River Road Bridge over South Mouse Creek Road, the widening of Highway 11 from Anatole to Charleston. These projects do not have estimated completion dates at this time. Now, the following are listed to be completed by the end of the year, this year. The intersection of Highway 64 at Menace Road Northeast and the bridge replacement over Brimer Creek Road, Tunnel Hill Road, bridge replacement over Black Fox Creek. Now, the interchange at Paul Huff and I-75, the off and on ramps will see improvements by September of 2024. And finally, the big project, the entire Highway 60 widening, the Highway 58, is now listed with a new completion date of August 2025. And one more news reminder, our biggest event of the year, the WCLE 53rd Annual Empty Stocking Fund, benefiting the Cleveland Christmas Party for Children. Over 1,500 local children will benefit on Saturday, December 16th. The party started by Reverend Littlefield in 1945, my grandfather. And we're going to begin to ask you for help on Monday morning with our annual live broadcast from the Church of God International Headquarters. We'll begin at 6 a.m. that morning, go for 10 days, and we're really looking forward to it. Well, something I've been looking forward to is talking to one of my all-time favorite professors myself. He's been voted many times a favorite professor at Lee University and formerly Lee College before that. And I always invite him in to talk about major historical events and situations. Dr. Robert Barnett. So I did hear a backstory from the man who hired you the other day, Dr. Paul Kahn, how you came to Lee. I never had heard that.
I didn't hear it until after I'd gotten here, actually.
Yeah, well, I know. He's always been pretty sly. But anyway, Dr. Barnett, I invited you in, obviously, maybe not obviously to some, but to talk about the 60th anniversary of one of these seminal events in our nation's history, the assassination of President John F. Kennedy 60 years ago today, Doctor.
That's right. That's right.
What 60 years later, what comes to your mind initially when you think about this?
Well, personally, I remember I was in elementary school, and I came in and, to the classroom after being on the playground, and everybody was crying. And I remember that just kind of shocked me because, when you're a young child, you expect adults to be adults. And I don't think I'd ever seen any kind of outpouring of that sort of emotionalism. So I knew something had gone on. I also remember wondering, how could this happen? And so I was really anxious to see an image of the man who was, arrested for this. And like so many people, I watched the television as he was being transferred when Lee Harvey Oswald was shot on live television, which was a stunning thing in those days. So, I think a lot of about the kind of personal impact that this had on me as a young child. Since that time, though, of course, I think about Kennedy in a lot of different ways now. Here's an example of someone who comes from a well-known and powerful political family who had a successful political career congressionally, and then, comes to the White House and redefines so much. He's a controversial figure. He's a Catholic, and in those days, Catholicism and the presidency didn't mix very well for some Americans. I also think that he is important because in many ways, in terms of the political coverage, that campaign between Kennedy and Richard Nixon was the first to have debates covered on television. And frankly, I think that may have made a huge difference on the outcome of the race, because here's Kennedy, this vibrant, handsome young man, and Richard Nixon, who frankly looked tired. He wasn't well, but he just didn't translate to the television very well. And I think probably that has changed the course of American political history in significant ways that we don't even think about today.
Dr. Barnett, not to interrupt, but listen, they did a poll, I guess, following that first debate, which was held in Chicago in 1960, and television viewers said Kennedy won the debate. Radio listeners said Nixon won the debate.
And I think that says something about the notion of visual imagery. Yeah. It was a very close election, and so I think it's absolutely true. People had different opinions about all of this, as they always do. But I think what Kennedy did, first of all, was he brought a new kind of energy. He was dynamic. When you saw Kennedy with his advisors and friends playing touch football on the lawn of the White House, you hadn't seen that with Eisenhower, and you hadn't seen that with Franklin Roosevelt, because they just weren't physically capable of doing that. But he also, surrounded himself with real intellectuals and very modern intellectuals. Now, one can disagree with policy, but I think he did represent the notion of youth and vigor and intellectualism, and I think that's incredibly important. People don't remember, I think, that Kennedy was not president very long. I mean, he's inaugurated in 1961, and he is assassinated obviously in 1963. So it's a very short presidency, but it is certainly marked because of the assassination. But I think sometimes what happens is we don't remember that this was a critical period in history. We have in the world, a divided world in the Cold War. It was getting dangerous, as a matter of fact, even more than it had been. We had a divided country. We had a lot of disagreements about a lot of different things. And I would suggest that although, I've learned that no president, regardless of what we think, is perfect.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh,
I know that's hard.
Really?
That's hard to believe. I know, but so he starts his presidency at a time when really patriotism is defined by your level of anti-communism and how successful you are in winning that Cold War, and frankly, Kennedy didn't start well because he was ultimately associated with the Bay of Pigs, really a fiasco, as the CIA and Cuban exiles in Florida had kind of planned an operation that would retake Cuba from Fidel Castro. And that was a disaster. I don't think that was altogether Kennedy's fault because he inherited that plan. He just ultimately went ahead with it. And then the next year, of course, again, a connection with the issue of Cuba, we had the missile crisis. Now that, for me, I think probably you could make a really good case that the world has never come closer to complete annihilation. And I think that, I think what Kennedy does is not only to show some real courage and determination in dealing with Nikita Khrushchev and the Soviet Union, but he shows a remarkable talent of leadership. And I think that is sadly too often overlooked. But he may, as I said, not only did he prevent what could have been a third and final World War, but he followed that up with an understanding that things shouldn't happen like this anymore. So, we talk about a hotline between the United States and the Soviet Union. That was Kennedy's plan. And he thought, leaders had to be able to communicate. And I think that was significant. He also, I think, as far as his relationship with Khrushchev, who underestimated Kennedy, it seems to me, he proved himself to be a formidable opponent in that respect. But he was also someone who, again, he understood the world, I think, in some remarkable ways. So, for example, he is responsible for the Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, and that's an extraordinary thing. I think he also saw some things about the way that America needed to be represented, and he didn't think it was just a representation of military might. He was responsible for the Peace Corps. The idea that what really makes America great, I hate to say it that way, but it actually is that kind of way he viewed this, is the positive effect that America has on other countries and in the world more generally. So, I think he's an incredibly significant president in terms of America and the larger world. So, he goes from the extreme of probably saving the world from disaster to, suggesting that this isn't the way to solve problems. Let's talk, let's negotiate, let's prevent disaster before it actually happens. That's remarkable. Then at home, he's also extraordinary. The United States was divided too, and Congress reflected that division. So what does Kennedy do? Well, among other things, he supports the notion of a Civil Rights Act. Now that didn't get through Congress while he was alive, but it got through almost immediately after his assassination. And I think in that sense, tragically, he served as a kind of a martyr for the cause. But the idea that now, African Americans, citizens, could actually have the same right to vote as they were supposed to have according to the 15th Amendment. They finally at least began to see that opportunity come to fruition. The notion of a new freedom as he called it, the idea that we're going to care for the elderly, we're going to provide federal education funding, we're going to do, something about urban renewal. That's all Kennedy. And when you think about him doing that in such a short period of time, I think that's remarkable. Now, again, the things were different, but I look at how long it takes to get things done that are, in fact, in my mind, far less significant than the things that Kennedy often had to deal with. I think in that context, he's remarkable. So I would also suggest, Steve, one other thing, and that is, he has this presidency, sometimes known as the Camelot. And this new Camelot, I think, was reflected by, as I said, the energy of John Kennedy and the people who surrounded him, but also his wife, Jacqueline, who's this beautiful woman. She is contemporary. She is, a kind of a model of high fashion. But she's also a wife. So one of the things that I think she did that's remarkably important in terms of the political history of the United States since, I think remarkably important in terms of women today, particularly first ladies, and then finally, just in terms of how she sort of defines what it is to be a woman, is, she provides the first televised tour of the White House. And, she was asked, so what is the most important thing you do? And she said, I take care of my husband, in essence. So, this was a very different time. I'm frankly saddened by the idea that we have reached a point, well, one, in all due respect, I don't think that Americans know enough history. And of course, you would expect me to say that.
Well, that's true. You're exactly right.
But, I think that really to be a patriot, you need to know about your country.
That's right.
And it's sad to me that most people get their information historically from sources that are not always trustworthy. We've elevated social media to a platform that says whatever you want to believe you can find, and that's true. So I think Kennedy has been, in some ways, a victim of the politics of today. Certainly he probably had a life that had some degree of scandal. I'm not sure as scandalous as people have suggested he was, and frankly, I'm not suggesting any more scandalous. In fact, probably in some cases not as scandalous as some of what we see today in our world. So, I think he's a remarkable figure. I love the fact that he got things done, and obviously not without consequence. But to me, he is a flawed human being, as we all are, but he's an incredibly dynamic and thoughtful president.
We're joined by Dr. Robert Barnett, a history professor at Lee University, and I want to ask you one more question about President Kennedy, but then we're going to talk about something else that you're about to do, which I just found out about, which I think is the greatest thing I ever heard in my life. We'll get that in a second. Final question, and because I could talk about this with you for 12 hours, but let me just ask you: do you believe? You know where I'm going.
I know where you're going.
Do you believe that Lee Harvey Oswald was the assassin, the only assassin of the president?
I actually don't really have an opinion about that. I know that's kind of shocking. It's not that I'm suggesting it's unimportant, but for me, what's most important is that he was assassinated. Now, that said, some of the theories that are circulating still about, for example, the possibility that the CIA was involved in his assassination, because remember, Kennedy really moved us into Vietnam, and he realized probably that no amount of American assistance was going to be able to support what was a really corrupt and unstable government in South Vietnam. If that's the case, that's a big deal. You know, Oswald was a shadowy guy, and for me it's hard to believe, and I don't want to spread this, but it's kind of hard to believe that he was able to do this completely alone. I think what the issue for me again is that Kennedy was killed, but then after that I would like to know what happened, just because if it's the CIA, I think that's fascinating. So maybe I was a little early in saying I don't really care, because I do. But again, I think the big issue is he's gone.
So we're joined by Dr. Robert Barnett, Lee University. I was at Lee the other evening, and I saw a poster hanging up on a wall at Lee. I was in the library, and it says that you're going to be teaching a class on the history of rock and roll.
Oh, absolutely.
What in the world, Doc? Where, when, how do I enroll?
Well, it's going to be on Tuesday nights next semester. And I'm doing it actually with two colleagues, Jason Ward and Drew Bledsoe. We've done this before.
Oh, have you?
And to be honest with you, this is a really hard class to teach, because it's not about just, kind of playing music and watching film about this. It's really, I think, important to recognize how influential rock music has been in modern American society. It's one of our great exports in terms of culture, and I think that's important. But it also is significant that, rock music was one of the first things that really translated between two different color groups in America. I mean, you went to a rock and roll show, and there were young, African Americans in the audience and young white Americans in the audience. That's remarkable. And now, you've got people that that sometimes don't realize that Bob Dylan has, won a Nobel Prize, but he's also been a poet laureate. I mean, how much more validation do you need? And so I would say, and I don't want to, I think all education is important, but I think this is profoundly significant. And that's one of the things that makes it challenging to teach. But we love doing it. Oh, man. I think it's really good for our students. And I think one of the things that's wonderful is it shows me something that I at first didn't realize, and that is we've got a lot of diversity at Lee, and I think that's a wonderful thing, because I think that's what a university education is supposed to be about. You're supposed to sit in a room with other people that are unlike you and get to know one another. Frankly, I think that's remarkably important.
Dr. Robert Barnett, if I had to ask you your all-time rock and roll favorite, could you do that?
I don't think I could.
Give me three.
Okay. The Buffalo Springfield.
Oh, good.
I love the Buffalo Springfield. Nice. I loved the Byrds. Yes. I still do.
Yes.
And there was a band from San Francisco that kind of was done in by poor management, but it was a band called Moby Grape. And nobody hears the Moby Grape anymore, but I think they were absolutely fabulous. And if anybody wants to kind of explore them, they actually have a YouTube video of what remains of that band playing at the South by Southwest Festival in Austin a few years ago, and they're still fabulous. So,
my friend, of course, as I said, he's been voted favorite professor at Lee more times than anybody. Dr. Robert Barnett, history professor on a very significant day in this nation. Yeah. And also here on the day after the Rolling Stones announced their latest tour coming next year. That's my all-time favorite, by the way.
I saw them twice in 2021.
I saw them once, not twice. But
boy, I don't think I've ever had that kind of energy as those guys do.
It's incredible.
And Keith Richards is still the coolest guy I know.
Now, he's been dead for 10 years.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's amazing.
But he's still there. I love it. Dr. Barnett, thank you, sir, very
Steve,
much.
I'm so glad to come, and I love to be invited.
Great to see you. We'll see you soon. Absolutely. Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
All right. So, Bridget, I tell you what, let's remind everybody everybody the contest we're running right now. We got about a half hour, and that's our final contest of the year with Tennessee tickets.
That's right. We have 2 tickets to give away to the Tennessee Vanderbilt game. So you can call or text us 614-6499. Again, 614-6499. Call or text us if you'd like a chance to win those tickets.
All right, we're giving those away at 9 a.m. Brought to you by TVFCU. Mark Shepard, Shelter Insurance, 2334 Keith Street, Cleveland. Call 423-339-8777.
Good morning. Let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. It's Black Friday all month long at Don Ledford Buick in Cleveland, and they are saying yes to low interest rates and trade assistance cash. That's at Don Ledford Cleveland on North Lee Highway. We have no accidents to tell you about this morning. Drive safely out there. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Sell with Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. This traffic report is brought to you by the Cleveland Family YMCA, where all are welcome with membership solutions for everyone, regardless of income. Find out more at ymcachattanooga.org. We'll check your Mermaid Mattress Weather Center forecast coming up.
You know, and this is a day, November 22nd, 2023, 60 years after President Kennedy was assassinated, that parents and grandparents need to be talking to your children about it. You need to tell them about it. You need to make sure they know about it. Through technology, and Dr. Barnett talked about YouTube, you can go back and watch Walter Cronkite taking his glasses off and crying, with probably 60 to 80 million Americans watching him say that the president had died. I mean, this is a day to go back and remember. All right, it is 8:32. Back with my friend Ruthie Forgey with the Salvation Army up next.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Bridgestone and Firestone tire dealers in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center.
20 years later, we've grown in many ways, but never out of that same customer-first heart to serve. Doing the right thing simply because it's right will earn your business the right way every day, every year. Offering permanent steel roofing and siding at competitive prices. Keeping promises, staying on time for both deliveries and pickups. Making things right when we come up short. Partners like you are the reason Best Buy Metals exists.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve you.
Come see us!
Hey, listeners, there's a new Buzz Tuesdays at noon, the voice of We the People. It's about what the H is going on in America. Tune in and call in Tuesdays on 101.3 The Buzz. A seatbelt is required for this ride.
At Cleveland Ford, we had a bright idea. Let's make this a great holiday season with 2.9% financing. Let's give discounts up to $10,000, plus let's give trade assistance cash too. Let us show you how at Cleveland Ford.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature is brought to you by Simply Bank.
MixTV.tv, a check of our Mermaid Mattress Weather Center at 8:34. Now this from Roger Pickett.
During this season, I hope we can all reflect on the things that we are truly thankful for. From our mermaid family to yours, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
For today, we'll have cloudy skies, a slight chance of a rain shower, a high of 48 and a low of 33 this evening. And then for your Thanksgiving tomorrow, mainly sunny, a high of 57 and a low of 37. And then on Friday, cloudy skies early in the day, partly cloudy by afternoon with a high around 60. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 47 degrees. This weather forecast is brought to you by Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix, family-owned business serving Cleveland for over 40 years. Call them at 423-479-4541 or visit lambcon.us to find out more.
And don't forget, join me at the Town Square. I'll be there for Black Wednesday today from 11 until 2 o'clock. 20% off everything in the Town Square today through Small Business Saturday. Plus, Santa Claus will be at the Town Square today. Get your early pictures with Santa and a lot more. That's 11 until 2 today at the Town Square. We're joined now by Ruthie Forgey and some longtime friends of ours. Ruthie, good morning to you. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Of course, Ruthie in the Salvation Army. And we're also joined by our buddy Tommy Anderson, Big Tom's, and he is Big Tom, along with Sabrina and also Mitzi Sherlin. Well, Ruthie, I want to start with you, and just first of all, before we talk with Tommy and the family, just give us an update on how things are going with the Salvation Army, especially this time of the year.
Yeah. So it's the busiest season, so to speak, and so we're just doing our Angel Tree program. Angels can be adopted at. I'll think about it in a minute. Flowers and Things over on Mouse Creek. And also we have a tree where you can adopt right there in the M and Coffee. At Flowers and Things, you can adopt and drop right back there at that location, so it's awfully convenient. We have 700, almost 800 angels on the Angel Tree this year, which is senior adults and children. And so we're eager to get those all adopted and out. And distribution will be December 13th. So our community has never, ever let us have one angel left unadopted. So we're excited about this year and just grateful to be able to help the seniors and children. Also, kettles are out. They've been out in limited spaces, but now they're at Walmarts and Hobby Lobbies and all around. So it's the sound of hope. We always say when you hear those a kettle bell rings, you know, number one, Christmas is coming. Yep. And number two, it's the sound of hope for so many people in need. So those are out and about and all around. And then, we have our warming shelter now that is operational. So any night that is going to be below 32 degrees for more than 2 hours before 6 a.m., we offer and provide space for our friends without homes to come in and sleep. So that's all going on. It looks like next week we're going to have that warming shelter open a bunch of nights in a row. Yeah. So it's going to be bitter cold, and we always want to make sure they're safe and have a warm spot to sleep. So that's kind of what we're doing right now, plus all the other programs that we have all through the year. Looking to see where the need is and responding to it as best we can.
Well, tell me about Big Tom's and them joining us here this morning.
Yeah, so we've always felt like it's important at the Salvation Army to serve Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving Day, and that is for our friends without homes. It's for people who just need a spot to land, who may be dealing with loneliness or just want to eat with the crowd. And so we've always made that a priority of importance. And Big Tom called me about 5 years ago, and he goes, "Hey, how about if we partner up and we provide that meal for you absolutely free?" Wow. Yeah, how do I say no to that?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so they have been wonderful, wonderful partners for the last 5 years, making sure that we have everything we need, all the way down to the rolls, to provide for our friends without homes and those who come in looking for a place to eat. So I love this partnership. It's homemade. Nana's in the kitchen making the dressing and pies and all the stuff. So so it's exciting. Our people love it, and we are very appreciative of what you do.
Tommy, why'd you want to do this? Come on up.
It really so this was actually her brainchild.
Oh, okay.
So when we opened the restaurant, she's always wanted to be able to give back to the community, and what better way to do it than with a restaurant. So this was Sabrina's brainchild. This was
It's just how it was raised.
Yeah.
Come on up, Sabrina. Yeah. What made you want to do this?
Well, it's just something we've done all our life. My family. This is my mom.
Yeah.
And so, we always, in the church program, we always just took care of the homeless. And so when we opened, that was number one. So I said, we're going to give back. And Thanksgiving and Christmas seems to be the best time to do it. So.
That's exactly right. Mitzi, you're Sabrina's mom. And so you obviously instill this in your daughter and your family. I want to swing that microphone around to her. Maybe Tommy, you can lower it if you want. Tell me about how you raised your family like this?
Well, number one, with the Lord.
Amen.
And then we just at all times of the year, you know, my kids were blessed. We would go see, and I think one of the hardest times was we took them at Christmas time to Springbrook Apartments here in Cleveland. And I lived there as a kid for a little time. And it's just such a blessing. When you've been in some low places, that's the only way you can know how someone else is feeling. And it's been my heart to talk. I'm more excited over them getting to come in this year.
Yes.
And us getting to, don't matter how you look, don't matter, nothing matters. You're there, and we're there to love on them. And that's what I've always tried to do that with my children.
That is just tremendous. So, well, that's wonderful. Sabrina, I want to go back to you for a second. So let's get specific here. When Ruthie says the whole dinner at Big Tom's tomorrow, first of all, what are the hours tomorrow?
You can come in from 11 till 2 and
Okay.
eat with
Eat
us.
right here.
Yes.
What are you going to have tomorrow?
So we make homemade dressing with chicken and gravy. We have green beans. We have mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, ham, and rolls. And then and cranberry sauce. And then we have some desserts and stuff on the table. Be out tomorrow. You can get you some desserts and all that. Tea, drinks, whatever.
And it's no charge.
No charge. No.
Oh my God.
We have people that come from the community now and will deliver. Like how many people did we have last year? Like, oh my goodness.
We had so many volunteers last year.
We didn't
Why
have
don't you come in this mic with Ruthie?
We had so many volunteers come last year just to help.
Take to some
help
elderly
take
and
to all
yeah.
We delivered food last year all the way to Athens. And
Oh my goodness.
so yeah, and this year they're coming to pick up 65 plates for the North Cleveland Towers there beside North Cleveland, and then they're bringing the second helping or second harvest, bringing all those to us. Of course, we're going to feed the jail again this year. All the patrol officers, anybody on duty, if can come and eat, and they can meet their families there if they want to at Big Tom's. And then we're feeding the 911 center again, and we've even went around to like the Walgreens and stuff that are open and feed the workers there just because just to give back, because those people are having to work on Thanksgiving, and why not do it? So
Our daughter's a nurse. She's taking dinners tomorrow to Erlanger East.
Erlanger East for her work, all of her
So
co-workers.
she'll be handling that for us. So they have to work. Somebody has to be there if
That's right.
you're having a baby
Something
or
happens.
something happens.
Yeah. We're joined this morning by Ruthie Forgey, the Salvation Army, and our friends from Big Tom's, Tommy Anderson, Sabrina Anderson, and Mitzi Sherlin. Ruthie, this truly is the hands and feet of Jesus, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll make me cry if I talk about it too long.
Yeah, I understand that, and it is emotional. It is very emotional, but this is wonderful. Tommy, as you said, and you and I have talked privately before, this is at the heart of your business, isn't it?
Oh yeah. This, it's what we've always done, what we've always wanted to do, and that giving back to the community is just I can't tell you how many people just during the night we feed, come in, because I've always said if I was homeless, I'm going to look for a dry cleaner, a laundromat, or a post office, and I'm going to stay there as long as I can until they kick me out.
And we have one in our plaza.
So we have one in our plaza, and we have a lot of homeless come through the area right there, and any one of them comes in, we feed them, and I've had them knock on the door while we're in there cleaning up at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and I'll
just
go
for
back
a drink or something,
Yeah.
thirsting to death, and we'll bring them in and fix them something, turn the fryers on or the grill, and make them a dinner, and put them on their way.
Wow. Wow. Sabrina, just a final comment from you, and just what would you tell other people? You guys are doing this at Big Tom's tomorrow. What do you tell other people about what they could possibly do? Not just tomorrow, but
every day, for sure. But the best thing is come be a part of it. Really, we always need volunteers and stuff. Being a part of it puts you on a different level of getting to see a little bit firsthand. And we had an incident. When was that with the little girl? Christmas one year, and it'll make me cry. But the mother had breast cancer, and the dad just wanted to give us $5 to pay for his dinner, and we brought out a gift. And she looked at her mom and said, "I told you Santa didn't forget about me." Oh, and oh Lord, the whole place was crying, was it not? Like everybody in there was crying. It was such a blessing, and it put it on a whole nother level for us. So yeah, something as small as a little $5 doll. The little girl was just beside herself, not to mention the dinner, and the dad was just so thankful. It goes farther than you really know. Something as simple as giving them a meal.
Amen.
We're all criers.
Hey,
Me too.
I'm about to join you.
Yeah.
Mitzi Sherlin, Mitzi, God bless you. Anything you'd like to add here before we go? What a wonderful feeling. And let me say this: if people want to know why this community is blessed,
We are.
Anybody wants to know?
I'm
it
telling
is
you,
giving.
the response we have had to us. They may be given, but what we're getting back in receiving what is done, and it's never, you just can't, that's what the Lord tells us. We are to help other people, and that is there, and we are so honored to get to do this. This is just, to me, this is my treat before I get to go see Jesus.
Right.
So this is an honor to be able, and I encourage anybody that knows someone that's having a rough time, tell them. If they don't listen or know, we want to feed them. We want to talk to them. And so we appreciate everybody that can.
Big Tom's tomorrow from 11 till 2. Ruthie, I'll give you the final word here, but man, this is just wonderful.
Yeah, it is very emotional and very tender to be able, to be a part of just taking care of the overlooked and the marginalized and those unseen, or those, because that's not always just socioeconomics.
Oh.
And so to be able to get to do this, every day is just the biggest blessing of my life. So, and I love being in this community who always steps up. Times of disaster, times of all different kinds of appeals, this community has never not responded.
When you've done it unto the least of these, my brethren, you've done it unto me, the Lord said. Tommy Anderson, Sabrina Anderson, Mitzi Sherlin, Big Tom's, and I know the Lord will bless you throughout the year for what you're doing. A free meal for Thanksgiving. You can't beat it. 11 till 2 on Mouse Creek Road. Thank you very much for coming. God bless you. God bless Ruthie. We love you. we love all of you. But God bless you, Ruthie.
Yep.
Thank you very much for what you're doing with the Salvation Army. And as one man said, Reverend Emmy Littlefield used to say, my grandfather, he said, all year we give at Christmas, or maybe we give at Christmas or Thanksgiving, but what about December 26th? And we do it all year long. All right, I tell you what, we're going to take a break right here, and when we come back, we've got a lot more. The FCA is up next. Stand by.
This news update is brought to you by Rock City's Enchanted Garden of Lights, the region's best holiday lights experience for the whole family. Warm your heart during this nighttime family tradition as you walk through Rock City Gardens Winter Wonderland. Enjoy cookie decorating with Mrs. Claus. See Santa in his kitchen and workshop. Shop at the Christmas market. Rock City's Enchanted Garden of Lights will be open an extra week this season, now through January 6th. Tickets available online only at crockcity.com.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Hardee's newest handcrafted recipe? Candied bacon, coated with caramelized brown sugar and a hint of pepper to add a whole new level of goodness to breakfast, lunch, dinner, or anytime. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Here is Brian Poole, owner of Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Cleveland.
We
probably have the best facilities in the area. They're very spacious, accommodating. We have 4 big visitation rooms, big chapel. We can live stream services as well now, have that capability. I enjoy serving and ministering to that family. That's the thing I'm doing. I'm a servant. I just love helping families at the worst time of their life. I feel like God's given me something to work with, and I try to use His ministry. We treat your family like they're our family.
Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland is hiring case selectors. Starting pay at $19 an hour. Earning potential up to $23 an hour plus incentive pay. Additional $2 an hour night shift premium. And you're eligible to earn a $3,000 stay bonus. Flexible schedules and great benefits at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. They have open interviews Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m. and from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
All right, it is 9 minutes before 8 a.m. Again, we've got our final pair of tickets to see UT and Vanderbilt that we're giving away at. We're going to give you a little extra time, probably about 9:15 or so. Call or text us to enter. Tennessee Vanderbilt Saturday 3:30. This contest brought to you by TVFCU, which is bringing back the Idea Leap grant for small businesses. You can go to tvfcu.com/IdeaLeap. By the way, the applications are underway. They're giving away $75,000 in grants, and that's really free money right here in the Ocoee region. And so you can do that. All right, so if you want to enter, you can call or text. Bridget, can call or text, is that right?
Mm-hmm, that's right, 614-6499. Call or text us for the next few minutes here till 9 o'clock, and we'll announce that winner coming up here shortly.
Get a check, our final check of our Simmons Bank celebration list. It is 8 minutes before 9.
Okay, happy birthday to Mayor Emeritus Tom Rowland today. Also, Joel Rogers at the Salvation Army in Inman Coffee. He is celebrating his birthday on Saturday. Leslie Painter is celebrating on Saturday, along with Greg Phillips. Savannah Carroll is having a birthday on Friday. Charlotte Kesley is celebrating on Saturday. Alan Bullard is celebrating today, along with Robert Graves. Matthew Carpenter is going to be 25 tomorrow from his mom and dad. Mike Strozier is going to be 56 on Friday. Paul Reynolds is 87 today. Steve Price is going to be 50 on Friday. Roger Pickett, Mermaid Mattress, he is celebrating his birthday on Friday. Brian and Missy Welch, they are celebrating their 34th wedding anniversary on Saturday. Aletha Jones is having a birthday today over at Life Care. Hayden Schroyer is celebrating on Saturday. Janice Frederick celebrating on Saturday. Tony Watson's having a birthday on Sunday. And then Jeff and Jane Salyer, they are celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary tomorrow. That is from Jeff and April. So call in your birthdays and wedding anniversaries.
Named Jeff too?
Must be.
Unbelievable.
Yes, yeah.
All right.
It's the Simmons Bank celebration list. Simmons Bank gives you more for a better banking experience with convenience in mind. Call Ken Do, 423-381-3427.
Our friends with the FC of the Ocoee region, Jason Cox, also Andy Lockhart, and Ashley Cook join us. Jason, good morning. How are you? Hey, good morning. Hang on, let me turn it.
Hey, did you hear Greg Phillips' birthday?
Yeah, it's when is it? Saturday?
It is,
I think it's Saturday.
Yes, Saturday.
Well,
coming up.
Happy 29th birthday again, Greg.
There we go.
29 and holding, right, buddy?
Jason, quick, before we talk about FCA, quick word from you. UT lost last night in the Maui Invitational to Purdue, 71-67. Kansas lost to Marquette.
Yep.
So Kansas and UT today at 2 o'clock on the Buzz.
Yeah,
so.
number one team in the country, Kansas.
So yeah, they're out. That'll be on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. College football playoff poll last night. Georgia won, Ohio State 2, Michigan 3, but Washington sneaks up to number 4. What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, Florida State lost their quarterback. They're not in the top 4 of the best teams in the country right now, so there's no way. So, yeah, I'm good with that.
Bradley's Boo Carter selected now as a finalist for the TSSAA Mr. Football in 6A. The announcement made last night that he's a finalist. The overall winning announcement December 5th. The other 6A finalist, Dwayne Morris of Murfreesboro, Oakland, averages 10 yards a carry, a first down every time he touched it. It'll be Oakland at Bradley for the state semifinals Friday night, 7 o'clock at Bear Stadium. and Braden Graham of Riverdale, but Boo Carter, a finalist.
Yeah, I mean, that's big time. I don't know when our last Mr. Football was around here. Would that go back to our time in high school?
It's been a while, yeah. I think it's after high school, but we'd have to. Maybe somebody can help us out with that.
Maybe Blake.
Who?
Maybe Blake Morris. Did he win it that year?
I can't remember, yeah. Stop putting me on the spot. That's annoying.
Don't
Also, Science Hill over Cleveland last night in girls basketball in Knoxville. And their tournament, 38-36. Bradley boys beat CSLA 89-33 at Silverdale. Cleveland boys basketball will take on Chattanooga Howard at State Farm Arena in Atlanta today at 12:45. And then, definitely want to get your comments here. The state football semifinals Friday night, 7 o'clock. Murfreesboro, Oakland at Bradley. That'll be on Talk 101.3 The Buzz and the Mix app. What do you make of that?
Well,
Jim?
I mean, I think this is the state championship game. I think this is the tougher of the two sides of the bracket, and I think the winner of this one goes on and wins the state championship. So, unbelievable opportunity for Bradley. Great opportunity for Walker Valley. I mean, what Coach Drew's done up there is amazing this year, and we're just so proud of our local football teams and just cheering them on this weekend.
So Walker Valley Friday night at Knoxville West, number one state ranked team on 99.1 FM in the Mix app. We are Southeast Tennessee's football headquarters, supplied by Wholesale Supply Group. Jason Cox, FCA of the Ocoee region. Jason, let's talk about FCA. What's the latest?
Well, we're here today with Ashley Cook, who is running our FCA pickleball program, and then our good friend Andy Lockhart from Bradley County Parks and Rec. And we're really excited to be here today because we wanted to announce a partnership between FCA Sports and Bradley County Parks and Rec to run some youth pickleball clubs and leagues over at the industrial park. So our good friend Andy has hooked us up with some court space, and so we just wanted to announce the community today that we're launching our leagues and our clubs through FCA Sports in partnership with Bradley County Parks and Rec. And let me just say that Andy and his buddy over there, Chris Dugan, have been so good to us to say, hey, Andy's words were, what do you need? How can we help? Because, well, Andy, I'll let you tell this, but you had the desire to have a youth pickleball, some youth pickleball presence, and we walked in your door.
Yeah, we're just excited to be able to expand the pickleball.
Swing around a little bit.
Sorry about that. Expand the pickleball in our community. It kind of rolled in as more of a senior thing, but we've had more contact with some of the younger groups playing. I know when I drive out there, a lot of the times I see just a variety of ages playing pickleball now. And when Jason and them came in and gave us their spiel for this, I thought it was a great opportunity for us also.
All right, so what's going to be happening as far as clinics, Ashley, and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so this summer we had 2 kids clinics. We had a really great turnout. I think it really sparked the interest for youth in our area. We, the issue has been court space, and that's kind of all over Cleveland. So when we went and talked with Andy and asked him if we could, maybe share some space, they were so generous about it. We're super excited. So we've already been out and talked with Walker Valley. We've got Matt Paris out there, and he's going to kind of be heading up the club play for Walker Valley. So we're going to be doing that. Their first play day, I think, is going to be December 2nd out at Industrial. And then we're going to have some round-robin leagues for just any kids that are interested in the area. They can jump on, and hopefully some more clinics. We've got a really great group of FCA volunteer coaches, about 20 of them.
Wow.
Just, on a text thread, ready to jump in and help whenever they are needed. So.
We're joined by Jason Cox, Ashley Cook of FC of the Ocoee region, Andy Lockhart, Bradley County Parks and Rec. Andy, pickleball is a phenomenon not only here but in this nation. It'll be an Olympic sport in Los Angeles in 2028. What's the impact been here locally? I mean, I see it. I'm one of the only ones who still plays tennis. I mean, I know that's really taboo and passé, but. And the old joke was, this is the old joke. A couple of years ago, guys would say, hey, like Shane Gibson or whatever, hey, you want to play pickleball? Well, no, I'm not 90, was my response. And how idiotic of me, because now everybody's playing it.
Yeah, I went from no courts to 2 courts to 4 courts in a flash, and already trying to think about possibilities of adding on to that. I know, especially when the weather's right, about every time you drive out to the park, whether it's our park off of Urbane or you drive through Tinsley, the pickleball courts they're rocking.
Yeah.
So it's just really blown up, and like I said, this is an opportunity to get more of our youth involved in something like that. So it's for us at Parks and Rec, it was a no-brainer.
Jason, tell me why FCA thinks this is important as far as pickleball is concerned.
Well, what we're looking for in FCA Sports is the opportunity to do ministry to kids and youth. And this is such what I call a fast horse. I mean, this whole pickleball, the rise of pickleball, and it has been a senior level down. It's kind of an upside down deal. These sports usually start with the youth, and then it kind of grows from there. This one started with the senior adults and moved down through the adults, and so this is a wonderful opportunity for us to do ministry through FCA to tell people about Jesus Christ and what He did for us, and use the vehicle of pickleball to do this. Ashley is a really great pickleball player, but she has gone on and got certified to be a coach, and so she was just the right person at the right time for FCA to come on board with us to say, Ashley, you build this program for us. Let's do some great ministry through FCA Pickleball, and she's building an absolute giant right now.
Ashley Cook. Hey, Ashley, how can people get more information about this?
Well, that's a great question. We're trying to figure out our avenues for pushing it out there.
Okay. Is there a website?
OkoyFCAsports.org.
Okay. OkoyFCAsports.org. All right, Jason Cox, Ashley Cook, Andy Lockhart. Guys, thanks so much. Great to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, we're going to pause right here. When we come back, we're going to have one more segment, and we'll do that in just a second. But first of all, let's get a check of our Mermaid Mattress Weather Center. Roger Pickett.
During this season, I hope we can all reflect on the things that we are truly thankful for. From our mermaid family to yours, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
For today, we'll have overcast skies, a slight chance of a rain shower, a high of 48 and a low of 33 this evening. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 57 and a low of 37. And then on Friday, cloudy skies early in the day, partly cloudy later in the afternoon with a high of 60. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 47 degrees.
This Mix 104.1 Weathercast is sponsored by Life Care Center of Cleveland, celebrating more than 45 years of serving the needs of the aging community. Life Care Center of Cleveland.
At CHI Memorial, a team of stroke specialists offer comprehensive neurovascular services, including advanced care for stroke, aneurysms, brain and spine tumors, and other neurologic conditions. Learn more at memorial.org.
Choosing the right healthcare plan for you and your family can be overwhelming. Direct Primary Care Associates' new pharmacy benefits is the best choice for you and your family. With personalized attention, convenient telemedicine options, and free generic medications, Direct Primary Care Associates Pharmacy Benefits offers everything you need to keep you and your family healthy and happy. Say goodbye to long wait times, rushed appointments, and unexpected medical bills. Visit our website to learn more about how Direct Primary Care Associates can provide the best healthcare experience for you and your family. Direct Primary Care Associates, affordable healthcare for all.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
When I was a kid, I wanted to run my parents' business. At the time, a furniture store, but now a mattress factory. Now, really, I wanted to be president, but then I didn't like the politics.
Well, I wanted to be an FBI agent, but then I became a mom and realized how passionate I am about sleep. I sleep good because we're taking care of our friends and neighbors.
Well, you have a good mattress, too.
That's a good point.
So I guess for over 44 years now, our recipe for success has been rather simple. Just make the best mattresses that we can, offer them at the best price we can to our loyal customers, and hopefully we'll get some more in the Chattanooga area. Now we're into our third generation of leadership with Kristen and Taylor coming on board.
And it's our dream come true. And that's the legacy that we want to pass down to our fourth generation too.
Mermaid mattress, handmade, hand-delivered.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
know that drinking and driving is a leading cause of traffic fatalities? It kills more than 28 people in the United States every day. That means one person every 52 minutes. Statistically, young people are the most at risk to drink and drive, but not everyone's doing it. Don't drink and drive.
Elevate your siding projects with Cleveland Exteriors. Ascend fiberglass siding built with lasting beauty and low maintenance. Cleveland Exteriors, your trusted partner for exceptional siding. Visit clevelandexteriors.com or call today.
Roofing.com.
This portion of Mixed Mornings is sponsored by Wendy's.
At Wendy's, try the $5 Biggie Bag. You can build your own value meal. Choose either Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, Double Stack, or Crispy Chicken. Whichever you pick will come with 4-piece nuggets, junior fry, and a small drink. That's at Wendy's. And then we did get an anniversary in late here. We have David and Cindy Fields. They are celebrating their 27th wedding anniversary tomorrow. So happy anniversary to David and Cindy tomorrow. M&M Construction, locally owned, specializing in roof replacement. State licensed and fully insured. Call Andy at M&M Construction.
Just told everybody that.
284-0487, 284-0487.
I'm coming right back. Let's go to Danielle with Danielle Greenwood, Championship One Wrestling. Danielle, how are you?
I'm good, Steve. How are you?
Hey, we're doing great. So what's happening with Championship One?
Well, we are having a show this week. I know there's not a lot of shows that are running this week because it's a holiday weekend, but we decided to run, and we want everybody to bring all their family that's in town to come see the show because it's going to be an amazing show.
Championship One Wrestling at the C1W Arena Saturday night at that's the old McDonald's school. So what's happening Saturday night at 8 o'clock?
Well, we got Alex Michaels. He won the belt from his son at the cage matches, if you remember.
Yep. How'd that go, by the way? How were the cage matches? How'd that go?
Oh, they went amazing. Everybody loved them.
What I heard.
mean, every match was awesome.
What I heard.
But yeah, he'll be taking on Matt Taylor, who just came back this past week from a long injury. So we're hoping that he can get that belt away from Alex Michaels.
There we go.
Then we have a tag team match with TK Arden and Cameron Cox and Justin Ramey and Luke Patterson.
Wow.
We have Robert Blade versus Adrian Ace.
Okay.
And then for the Mix 104.1 champion, Nathaniel Wild actually won that from Cameron Cox at the cage matches.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, he'll be taking on Robert Starr.
We got to get him in here since he's our mixed champion.
We definitely do. I have talked to him about that.
Absolutely.
And another thing I was going to mention, we are going to be in the Christmas parade this year.
Are you really?
We are.
That's great.
And I'm excited for y'all to see what we do.
All right, so you're not going to give anything away right now, are you?
No. It's excitement.
All right, looking forward to that a week from Saturday night.
Yes, and then we have the Stud Buds are going to be taking on someone this week. They're the tag team champions. We just don't know who yet.
Okay.
So that'll be a surprise.
So what do you tell people who want to come out on this Saturday night to the to Championship One Wrestling?
So the doors open at 7. We start at 8, and we start right at 8, so don't be late. And the tickets are $8. Kids are 5 and under are free. So all we ask is after your Black Friday shopping, just save $8 a person. That's all you need, and then you can come get in the door.
Man, that is exciting. It's a great night of fun. It's C1W Championship 1 Wrestling, and that's the old McDonald's School. Every Saturday night, 8 o'clock, as Danielle said. Doors open at 7. And you know what? That would be great. A great idea is all these people have family in and come out and see you.
Yes, yeah, that's what we're hoping. Bring the family, because if they live out of town, then this might be the only chance they get to see us. So bring them in.
All right, it's a great night. C1W. Hey, while we have you, Danielle, how can people get more information about Championship 1 Wrestling?
Yes, just look us up on Facebook under Championship 1 ONE Wrestling on Facebook. And if you watch this week, we have a couple of huge announcements for next month.
All right. Well, very, very good. Danielle Greenwood, Championship 1 Wrestling, again this Saturday night at the C1W Arena. Danielle, hey, have a happy Thanksgiving, you and Kevin.
You too.
All right.
Eat a lot.
What now?
I said make sure you eat a lot.
It's time to let the big dog eat, okay? We're ready to go.
Exactly.
Thanks, Danielle. All right, that's going to do it for us this morning. It's been a fun show. If you missed anything, we had a lot of people in this morning. You can go back to mixtv.tv. And I do hope that if you're a parent, a grandparent, that you will take at least a few moments today to mark what was one of the seminal events in our nation's history, the assassination of President John F. Kennedy 60 years ago today. And through technology and things like YouTube, you can actually go back and show your children, your grandchildren, talk to them about the history of what happened and where you were 60 years ago today. I think back, especially in radio in Cleveland, back then it was WBAC. In 1963, a young man by the name of Bill Thomason, who would go on to buy WBAC and start a station many of us remember, who are especially living in Cleveland a long time, Alive 95. But Bill was a young radio, I think he was an announcer, a program director, and he went and he heard those 5 bells, which he had never heard before. Back before social media and the internet and all that, it was the Associated Press. And when he heard 5 bells, unheard of, it mean the world was ending, he saw the president had been assassinated. And he went on the air, known to be the first in Cleveland, to announce locally on WBAC that President Kennedy had been assassinated. And many of you listening right now or watching us right now can remember what you were doing on that day. It was a young Tom Rowland, who at that time in 1963 had just come to Cleveland but decided to run for sheriff. He was working in Sweetwater on his birthday, which is today, and he was doing a parade. He was doing parade coverage up in Sweetwater that day. Some of these local broadcasters in 1963, that's what they were doing. We had a young Corky Whitlock who had been in Cleveland for 2 years at that time. And then, think about this. If you go downtown in Cleveland and you see that big Christmas tree now by the what they now call the old post office, the original post office, downtown Cleveland, that tree was planted in that year, 60 years ago, by Robert Easterly, the postmaster. And that tree now stands above that building. We were leaving Bradley last Friday night. You can see that lit tree from all across that area of Cleveland. And it was planted right in the absolute time of despair and discouragement and sadness in this country. The president had been killed 60 years ago today. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget it. When we come back on the air with you in our live broadcast, it'll be Monday morning. The Empty Stocking Fund, something founded by the birthday boy himself, Tom Rowland, Tom and Sandra, Bobby Taylor, the late, great Bobby Taylor, Bank of Cleveland. Some 53 years ago. We'll come on the air Monday morning from the Church of God International Headquarters. I'll be joined at that time by, of course, Bridget, Dwayne, Jimmy Logan, and also Dr. Paul Kahn and Danny Murray, among many others. Brenda Lawson, of course, on Monday morning at 6 a.m. Would you prepare to give to a child this Christmas? All right, that's going to do it. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. God bless you. I'll see you at Town Squire at 11 o'clock. We'll be there for our big Black Wednesday broadcast, 11 till 2 at Town Squire today. And then we go all Christmas music beginning at midnight tonight. God bless all of you. Happy Thanksgiving.